Alright, so I'm doing a website review of 5th Avenue Kitchens and Bath. This is a company that's recently been added to the Live-In Kits site, and I just thought I'd take a quick cruise through their site and give them a few pointers, and give you a few pointers if you're thinking about designing a website. So this is a very nice, professional-looking design. I'm not crazy about the fact that there's no menu along the top here, because as soon as I get in, there is a menu along the top. So there's an inconsistency in terms of how I navigate the site from the home page to within the site. Not the end of the world, but it just would be nice to have a consistent navigation through the site. I realize there is one on the footer here. So let's go through a few things. So design-wise, I think this is attractive and professional. There's nothing wrong with the design job that's done. From a search engine point of view, I'm looking at the URL structure and the page titles, and you can see that the page titles don't actually change, and really they're just using the name of the store, 5th Avenue Kitchens and Baths, and they're using it across all of the pages of the site. So this isn't something that's really giving them any mileage. On a plus side, when I first looked at the site, I thought it was going to be an all-flash site, and I can see that all of the text is selectable, so that's a plus. I'm always poo-poo fully Flash sites. Flash is a great tool to use to add animation and visuals to your website, but you don't want to do your whole website in it because it's pretty much invisible to the search engines. They look at it as just being a picture, essentially. So let me just very quickly go into the source code here so that I can take a look at the meta descriptions, because that's another easy point where search engines tend to get overlooked. Let me pause here. Yeah, so I'm just looking at the meta here, and you can see we've got a title, but I don't have any keywords or a description, so that's going to hurt you in the search engines as well. And again, something that's relatively easy to add is meta descriptions for each of your pages. So now the only other thing I want to talk about, design-wise, this looks pretty. We've got all the basics. The product catalog, again, I find some problems with the way the navigation works. I had to kind of bounce around a little bit to see the different parts of the site, but in the end, it's not the end of the world. My problem with this site, here's a couple of problems. First of all, there's really no call to action. If I'm on these sites, I should have a, book a design appointment or something that calls me to the store. I look at each of these pages and they look nice, but they don't really tell me to do anything after I've consumed them. I've read them and now I want to contact, I want to whatever. The other problem that I have with this site is at no point are you collecting information for a newsletter. I would suggest something on on the home page, really on every page, some sort of a newsletter subscription, or sign up for our mailing list and receive coupons or specials or some kind of incentive to get me to sign up for a mailing list and capture customers who are interested in the products. Could even be something like tell me when new bath, at the end of each of these galleries, for example, if I'm looking at an individual, what am I trying to say? If I'm looking at individual products like tile and stone, having a request for a showing or request when new products come in, that would be easy ways to capture people's information and follow up with them. So those are my two main points. There's some search engine stuff that could be done to improve the site, and there's no ability to contact or get on a mailing list, which again, even here, if there was a checkbox that said add me to your mailing list, that would be an improvement, because currently there's really no way to build a client list, which of course from an internet marketing point of view is number one. And lastly, there's no blog. So I don't know when the last time the site was updated. There's, again, nothing for the search engines to spider. And I don't get a sense of who's running the joint and a personal flavor. So I would add a blog to the equation as well.